What's going on, guys? Big Pat Sports Talk Reacts gets to come out today. We're going to be talking about Giants Life Episode 5. Wink, Kafka, everybody mic'd up. So, let's head to Big Pat Sports Talk Studios and let's react to Giants Life Episode 5. Can't wait. Let's get it. Welcome to Big Pat Sports Talk. What's going on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? We got a special episode of Big Pat Sports Talk Reacts. Giants Life Episode 5, New Era. Thomas McGahee, Mike Kafka, Wink Martindale mic'd up. We're doing a lot of things. We're reacting to a lot of things. This is a pretty good, long episode. So sit back, relax, get a little bit of popcorn, relax, and hear me react to this Giants Life Episode 5. Let's get into it. Man, I wish I could be in one of these defensive meetings.
All right, we first started this thing. Our vision, fast and physical. We know physical will come with the pads. We understand that. But I like where we're at as far as fast. And I like how we're getting there, this demonstrating the physicality of what you're going to play with. Okay? But where we're at, we first started.
Remember those words. He wants those guys to be physical and fast. Reason why? He runs a very heavy blitz scheme, and you have to be fast to get into the quarterback and get to the quarterback, and he wants his DBs to be physical along that line of scrimmage to stop those receivers from getting into their routes. And if that happens, if your receiver's not into your route and you only got 2.5 seconds to throw the ball, it's very hard to run an offense. Just my mentality about it.
Play the time mentality. Do we have that yet? Getting there, right? We're getting there. Okay? Understand the importance of that play, though. This is going to be huge for us. And I keep saying it, and I know we can't do anything until training camp, but we need to stop the run.
You're damn right we need to stop the run. Because if we stop that run and get people in long third down situations, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9 consistently, 3rd and 14 because they got a holding penalty or something, we can consistently get off the field and Wink Martindale's defense for sure.
It's not old school, it's a fact. If you can knock out a run game as a defense and make a team one-dimensional, because they want to throw it all over the yard anyway, but we can't give them both, okay?
Exactly.
In any situation, short yardage, you're going to see how tough your team is, look at your short yardage stats, okay? You shut them out and knock them back in short yardage, you knock them back down the goal line, that shows you how tough your team is. All right.
And that's a good analogy right there. We've struggled in short third down situations because I believe a scheme, and I believe we miss Dalvin Tomlinson a lot. I know a lot of people are tired of hearing that, but we miss Dalvin Tomlinson a lot, man. That dude clogged up the middle like no other and got pressure. So those 3rd and 2 situations, can you stop that run up the middle on 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, and get yourself off the field or put them down in a 4th down situation? They have to think about it because now if we try to run them right at them again, they just stopped us. So, I mean, Wink Martindale's right on that point.
Attack and affect quarterback. Think we've been doing that? They don't even know how much it's happening right now, right? Because there's not going to be any sacks called. This week is going to be a game plan week, all right? Not exactly like a game plan week, but it's going to be close to it.
In the NFL, spring is synonymous with the offseason. when teams lay the foundation for training camp by implementing schemes and building relationships between players and coaches. For the Giants, that process starts with their 2 new coordinators, Wink Martindale and Mike Kafka.
That's a very important matchup. Sorry to keep pausing, but that's a very important matchup right there. Mike Kafka versus Wink Martindale, our 2 coordinators going against each other. I believe Mike Kafka is definitely going to be over the passing plays in the offense for sure. That matchup right there is going to, it's like iron sharpening iron right there. We need to see, can this offense adjust to Wink Martindale's pressure system? Can we see that? Can Wink Martindale adjust to Mike Kafka's wide open scheme when it comes to passing? We will see that in this training camp coming up. These coordinators going against each other is probably just as important as these players going against each other, because they're fighting for supremacy as well. Wink coming off a down season with the Ravens due to injuries, but he has something to prove. He wants to be a head coach. Mike Kafka wants to be a head coach here soon, and he's just getting his first shot at offensive coordinator. So they both have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they're going to go at each other, man. That's one of the training camp battles I can't wait to see, to be honest with you.
The period between winter and summer is the ideal forum for a little competition and experimentation.
Here we go, baby. Hey, let's go, let's go.
Defense on this side with me.
Come on, let's go, let's go.
All right, here we go.
Well, you guys are going to be aggressive.
Yeah, you're throwing everything out, yeah.
So I'm going to be aggressive.
See what I'm saying? You see how they're talking to each other right now? This is a friendly competition. It's a friendly competition between them, but it's a competition. Just because it's friendly doesn't mean it's not a competition. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at Wink Martindale some days, and Wink is going to come on a losing end some days. Wink Martindale, he's going to come up with a scheme and throw it at Kafka, and Kafka might lose on certain days, but they're all going to go to that drawing table with Brian Daboll, the head coach, and make sure they're drawing up the correct plan for each side of the ball. And that's going to be a great thing, man. I think the competition between these coaches here with the Giants is going to help out this team a heck of a lot, because they're going to see a lot of things come towards them that when game time comes, they've already seen it.
Let's go, let's snap it, man, let's snap it.
Keep your mind right.
First, get out.
Hand level down.
Eyes up here, eyes up, sell the go.
Make sure he's set.
Hit it.
All right, good job.
On the ball.
If you take it, you better make it. Damn, that's the best I've seen him do now. All right, they're going to clock it. All
All right, huddle.
Do it again. Repeat.
Same look, Tone, same look.
Be loud. Get on down there, X.
Oh, jeez, really, X?
Lots got to see that faster.
You gotta hurry.
As you can see, Kafka, Xavier McKinney has already given Kafka a couple of little issues. I think Xavier McKinney is going to be an all-pro Pro Bowler this year, for sure. In this Wink Martindale system, he's so free to do exactly what he wants to do. I think Xavier McKinney is going to be an absolute monster for this defense this upcoming year.
Hurry up, you got 10 seconds.
Count to three, L.
5, 4, 3.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Fullback leads you. That's you right there.
Catch, tight turn.
If he goes out, just let him go.
Don't bow it all the way out, you lost yards. That's some good 2-6.
Complimentary football.
Yeah.
We all got to be playing well to make it all click.
Oh,
No!
Oh, Darius Slayton with a touchdown catch there.
Strike it down. Right. Good decision. That's a touchdown.
Come on.
Eyes up. Come on, maybe feel it.
Great eyes. Oh, he's moving.
Teddy. Yeah.
Was that Slayton with another touchdown? Look at Big Dex. Lost some weight. He's getting in shape. Andrew Thomas out there, still in the red jersey, but they said he's coming off his surgery very well.
Yeah.
Everybody look over there. Skyline. All right. We're in the greatest city in the world. Let's go be the
True.
greatest team in the world. All right.
Hell yeah, Wayne.
That's all good. 1, 2, 3.
With lines like that,
It seems like the Giants are having a good time. They're actually having a good time as a team. Nothing's being forced. Everybody is going with the flow. I think everybody loves playing for these coaches because what they bring to the table and what they're doing for the team. And I think you're going to see a pretty different team this year. Now, am I saying that we're going to go 12-5 or 15-2? No, I'm not saying that. I think I'm saying that you're just going to see a team this year. You're going to see a team really fight this year. You're not going to see those games like 2 quarterback sneaks like we did last year, or it was just confusing with Joe Judge here. And I believe that confusion is gone. I really think they're building a very good team here, and it may take a year or two for us to get where we want the Giants to be, but we have to be patient with these guys. But I can see there's a total difference in this team. They're having fun, they know what they're doing, and they're learning, and that's the best thing about it.
It's no surprise how Martindale received his nickname. It doesn't hurt for a defensive coordinator to be witty, and thinking on your feet is a must.
Oh, I'm coaching my ass off today.
The same could be said for those in the entertainment business.
Well, there's a game show host, Wink Martindale, originally, tic-tac-toe. One of my college teammates when I was a
No, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. This is where he got his nickname from, huh?
freshman at Defiance College. I had Martindale on a bag, and he called me Wink, and it's stuck since 1981.
What also stuck is his passion for the gridiron. Wink not only learned the game as a player at Defiance College, but also jump-started his lengthy coaching career as a member of the Yellow Jackets program.
I had a lot of people there that cared about me. After I got done playing, I was going to get into the family business. The defensive coordinator at the time becomes the head coach. He says, come back, get your education. You can coach. I know you want to coach, because at that time, I just wanted to be a high school teacher and coach. I've always played defense, and I've always liked that side of the ball.
It's only appropriate that a man who was a product of Defiance wouldn't take no for an answer en route to the next destination on his journey. Martindale remained in the Midwest, but made quite the jump thanks to connecting with one of the notable families of football.
I wouldn't be anywhere without Skip Holtz.
Yeah, I remember him, Lou Holtz and Skip Holtz. Yeah, man, Wink's old, man.
I've always wanted to, work at Notre Dame and work at their football camp. So after getting turned down 2 times, the 3rd time I just went there and volunteered. And I just showed up and said, I'm here to work your camp. And he goes, I'm sorry, Coach, I don't have your name on the list. I said, I know I'm a volunteer. He goes, no, I'll pay you. And that relationship grew. He was talking to Coach Holtz, Lou, about his staff. And I guess that's when Lou decided that he wanted me to come to Notre Dame, which I just love that.
After 2 seasons with the Fighting Irish, Wink returned to his native Ohio to join the Cincinnati Bearcats coaching staff, where he was colleagues with a future NFL head man who had quite the affinity for Martindale's personality.
Well, my first impressions of Wink as a coach or a person is a lot of fun. The first time I met him, he was telling stories.
Okay, so they worked together at Cincinnati and Baltimore. That's pretty dope. Learn a couple of things here. Okay.
About Lou Holtz and his playing career at Defiance College. But you could tell he's a good person, a great-hearted guy. We had a lot of fun coaching together. A strapping linebacker, just a fun guy to be around.
Establishing strong ties to another respectable football family tree has its advantages. An opportunity at Western Kentucky presented itself in 2000 thanks to Jack Harbaugh.
My dad needed a coach. I said, I got the guy for you. I got a guy, you want to talk to this guy. So Wink drove down to Bowling Green, Kentucky, had a conversation, and I didn't even know if my dad had money to pay for a coach at that time, the way the program was going, but they figured it out, and he and Laura went down there and spent a few years there, and Wink became the defensive coordinator, and they had one of the greatest runs ever. They were the lowest seed in the 1AA playoffs that year. Nobody expected them to do anything. They got in by the skin of their teeth, but they just had a great camaraderie. Wink is one of those guys, I think, that builds camaraderie and builds a great culture, and my dad was like that too, and they had a great year and won a national championship.
Okay, so he won a national championship in 2002. I remember that vaguely as well. They were a very low seed there. So Wink Martindale comes from a lot of good football trees. The Harbaughs, the Holtz, and that 2002 team, they really had to come together to win that national championship, being the number 15 team in the tournament and wind up winning the whole thing. I remember that. That was all over ESPN during that time. I'm showing my age as well. But like you said, Wink Martindale builds culture. He builds teams, and that's what we need here. So it might be the perfect storm happening here in New York. You just don't know. We will see.
2002 wouldn't be the last time Wink would get a taste of hardware. 2 years later, he made the jump to the NFL, serving as the Raiders linebackers coach for 5 seasons, before 2 campaigns with the Broncos, which set up a reunion with John Harbaugh in Baltimore in 2012, and another memorable feat.
Yeah, there's 2 things that stand out, the tradition and the people. I knew a lot of the people already there. It was a fun time because you go in that first year and you win a Super Bowl and you're coaching Ray Lewis. There's a lot of enjoyment in that.
And the Ravens have won it.
So he's won a college AA championship and he's won a Super Bowl championship with Harbaugh. So that's pretty dope, man. And I forgot that he was a linebackers coach there that last year Ray Lewis was there and they won the Super Bowl. So he knows how to win a Super Bowl as well.
34-31.
It was one of the most exhilarating things I've ever been involved with. I know I'm supposed to say when I got married that was awesome, and my kids being born, that was awesome, but that Super Bowl was something that it was the greatest feeling in the world. It was so exhilarating to get there and finally win that last game.
That's the type of resume Martindale is now bringing to New York, as he looks to mix in his experience with a relatively young defensive unit and add to the rich archives Big Blue has produced on that side of the ball.
Oh, Mr. Strahan in the building looking on. You know, he's coming to mentor Kayvon Thibodeau, so you know he's going to be in the building quite often now.
Well, I think that if you look back in the history of the Giants, one of the first things that stands out is their defense. Building from the ground up, the foundation of this thing is come with a certain amount of swag, if you will, some toughness. We're going to attack people. I'm not going to be one of those coordinators that sit there and just says 4-man rush coverage. There'll be times for that, of course. But we want to handle things on our terms, not theirs.
All right.
He continues to say that as well. He says that he wants the offense. He wants to dictate to the offense. He wants the offense to play on our terms on defense. He wants them to be rushed. He wants them to be one-dimensional. And if he gets his way, we're going to be a very good defense this year. Because when you play that way, when you make an offense one-dimensional, you know what's coming, and all you have to do is execute to get off that field.
That's a good-ass practice, okay? I love our effort, guys. Study, study, study. Let's be better tomorrow. Come on, Adore, let's go, bro.
Defense on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Defense.
That was a strong camp, man. That was fun. Think about where we came from. Now we're here. Crazy.
Football was always a passion for me. I had some opportunities to play baseball, play football. I think my love for football really showed up in high school. I had a couple opportunities for high academic schools across the country. I thought Northwestern was just the best fit for me. It also happened to be
Mike Kafka with hair.
40 minutes north of where
Who remembers Mike Kafka as a player at Northwestern with the Eagles? I remember. Yeesh.
I lived. And I went on a visit there, met the players, met all the coaches, and just felt like home. I felt comfortable, and I had a great experience and a lot of great friends there.
You combine him with the fact that Mike Kafka all of a sudden has become such an accurate passer, and they've got a good passing game. Deep ball toward the corner, caught, touchdown! Beautiful play, and there is Mark Schausen. And for Mike Kafka, his 10th touchdown throw, and it was right on the money.
If you don't remember, Mike Kafka was a half-decent quarterback at Northwestern that actually allowed him to go and play quarterback in the NFL for a couple of years before he got into coaching. So he knows what he's doing a little bit. He just wasn't as talented as a Mahomes or anybody like that, but he had some plays at Northwestern. Look at Mike Kafka at Northwestern, man. He was pretty good.
It was awesome. It's a privilege, anytime you're a quarterback or you're in a leadership position, try to take full advantage of it and represent myself, represent my family, and represent Northwestern the right way.
Kafka, Brewer, touchdown!
Following a strong 2009 senior year in which he emerged as the Wildcats starter and led the Big Ten in passing yards, Kafka received an invite to the 2010 Scouting Combine, providing him yet another chance to impress the NFL community.
That was awesome. I mean, just one of those type of players that could be drafted. I was excited about it. It's been a goal of mine, and it's been a dream of mine for my whole life. You're trying to show off your best and interview the right way and do all the right things. And also at the end of the day, in the back of your mind is like, all my tape's out there. Who I am as a player is on tape. A lot of the same coaches that now that I'm coaching with and have crossed paths with, I remember from the combine. They interviewed me at the combine. So it's been cool catching up with a lot of coaches and staff that have been there.
Further evidence it's a small world when it comes to the National Football League. But the waiting game during the draft can be overwhelming, and trying to figure out where he would land was quite the exercise.
I kind of knew it was going to be a late rounder, didn't like 4th, 5th, 6th, could have been somewhere in that area. And so I was just kind of watching. I was getting some phone calls throughout the front end of the draft, and so, you know, excitement was building.
They have taken a quarterback. They've taken Mike Kafka, the quarterback that we talked about, the quarterback out of
remember that.
The kid played really good football this past.
I remember the Eagles taking him.
Last year at Northwestern. We watched him a lot. We talked about him on our college shows throughout the year.
And they couldn't have waited any longer either. This is exactly where Kafka is going to come off the board. They knew they had to take him now or they weren't going to get him.
They called, and you know, it just from there on, it's like you like black out. Like you don't know. It's like it's just so chaotic. It's so crazy. You're excited. You're saying hi to everybody, then you want to go and celebrate with your family, and that was fun. That's a cool experience. One of those experiences you just never forget.
Yeah, well, he was valuable. He's a smart guy and good athlete and a good person. So I felt that was a good combination coming out of college and introducing it to our quarterback room, and he had some real productive downs for us there too.
Playing in the NFL, being a young guy in Philadelphia and having a mentor in Mike Vick, Kevin Cobb, my first year, I thought that was super important for me just to see how it's done, and you know, to get a guy like Mike who was, you know, who had gone through some adversity.
I forgot he played with Mike Vick. And Kevin Cole. This is right after they got rid of Donovan McNabb.
And then see where he was when I got there. Like, he was a completely different person. And I thought that was just like such a strong point of reference for me to see like the growth, the professionalism, how to be a pro. And those guys were great examples for me when I got into the league.
After learning the ropes and spending 2 seasons in Philly, Kafka explored the league as he spent time on 6 off-season and active rosters, as well as practice squads between 2013 and 2015, exposing him to various elements of the game and sparking a potential interest in extending his career on the sidelines by teaching the next generation of players.
I didn't really know what I wanted to do. That I want to go like the entrepreneurial route.
So he's really only been coaching, 6 years? And he's already the offensive coordinator for the New York Giants and already has Super Bowl success with the Chiefs and was a quarterbacks coach under Andy Reid. And he's worked his way up to one of the most prestigious offensive coordinator jobs when it comes to a franchise with the Giants. That's pretty doggone good. That's pretty doggone good, man. Shout out to Kafka.
I want to go the coaching route, and I was, you know, reaching out to Coach Fitz just to see, like, it's kind of, you know, get an opinion on what he should do. And he's like, hey, we got a GA spot open. You got to apply. You got to get into school. But if you get in and do all those things, it's yours. And so got in. So I talked to my wife, and we were just having a child. So like there was a little bit of, you know, there were some decisions to make. I decided to take the jump, go try it out, see if I liked it. And really within the first 2 weeks, I called my wife. I was like, this is exactly what I want to do.
It's fair to say Kafka's career has come full circle. One season at his alma mater prepared him to make the jump to the NFL once again and reunite with the man that drafted him in the city of brotherly love as an offensive quality control coach in 2017.
So I called him and just asked him if he was serious about this or was he going back to get his doctorate or master's, you know.
So his connection with Andy Reid, which got him up in the ranks pretty fast. Yeah, that's a pretty fast jump, man, to be a wide receivers coach at Northwestern and then be a offensive coach in the NFL with the Chiefs under Andy Reid in one season. That's pretty fast and amazing, man.
But that's what he wanted to do, and so it was a no-brainer. He had a good foundation there, and then really worked hard with us.
Kafka's role on the Chiefs staff enabled him to help develop Patrick Mahomes into one of the top quarterbacks in the league over the last 4 seasons, highlighted by an MVP award in 2018 and a Super Bowl title the following year.
He was a big help to Pat. He kept Pat after practice, and they'd work things, and Pat had kind of his own little private tutor there, and Mike, again, really helped raise him up and raise his game up.
Now Kafka will look to do the same with Daniel Jones and the rest of the Giants offense.
Here's where the critics are going to come. This Patrick Mahomes. Don't ever mention Daniel Jones in the same sentence as Patrick Mahomes. They didn't say that. They said he's going to do his job with Daniel Jones to bring the best Daniel Jones out. They didn't say that Mike Kafka is going to be working with Daniel Jones to make him the next Patrick Mahomes. You guys are saying that. And really, any NFL player wants to be the best version of themselves. They don't want to be anybody else because they didn't get there being somebody else. They got there being themselves. And that's what's wrong with that whole sentiment of the Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes thing when it comes to the Kafka and Brian Daboll. Those guys wanted to be the best version of themselves. And it just so happens that they're extremely talented and they're some of the best quarterbacks in the league now once they got help and once they got a good organization around them. Patrick Mahomes came into a great situation with Andy Reid, Kafka, Ty Haley. But do you know that Patrick Mahomes couldn't even read the coverage until his end of his second year, until his third year? Josh Allen had worse stats than Daniel Jones in his first 2 years under Brian Daboll until they got everybody that they needed out of that organization and brought in some people like Stephon Diggs, and then he took off. So why wouldn't you want this kid Daniel Jones to succeed? I don't know. I don't get it. But nobody said he's going to be the next Patrick Mahomes or the next Josh Allen. I think they want to make him the best Daniel Jones. And that's the approach that I would take. But let's carry on.
His first season as a coordinator, a task he's energized to tackle.
I'm very excited. Very excited. I think the amount of work these guys have put in, the staff has put in a ton of work. I mean, we're working really strong hours in the off season. Coaches, players, they're working their butts off in the weight room. And, we're all right now trying to work together and get this thing going in the right direction. We have a lot to look forward to. We have a lot to improve on and get better at. But I'm really excited for the start of the season. We just keep on taking it a day at a time.
First of all, I want to thank you guys just for your effort and energy this spring, right?
Just want to say I'm glad they kept this guy on the coaching staff. He's been a great special teams coach for us for years, and I'm glad they kept him.
And we all know, Dave's got it all around the building, right? Be a pro, right? Pros do it every single day. They do it every day, right? Amateurs do it when they feel like it. But we're not amateurs in this room, right? You got to put in the work every single day. You got to make an investment every single day because we're all working towards a goal. And our goal in here is for every one of you guys to make a football team. And everybody can't make this team. We all know that, right? But we want everybody to have jobs in this room. And our jobs as coaches is to make sure that we make sure when y'all leave this building, y'all are better because you were in the building.
That's a message Thomas McGahee has been preaching during his 2 tenures with Big Blue, going back to 2007 when he served as assistant special teams coordinator and helped the Giants win Super Bowl 42. While change has been a recent theme for the organization since McGahee returned in 2018, special teams has remained consistent thanks to a familiar face, one who has proven to be able to adapt regardless of the circumstances. Molding his players based on specific criteria helps accomplish that goal.
Most importantly, the first thing as a special teams unit, you got to be smart. You got to be smart and you got to be tough. And if you have those two things, you're coachable, execute the fundamentals and the schemes of the technique, If you do those things, I think everything else will take care of itself. You want guys that can run, that are physical, and that love football. It's hard.
Good to see Thibodeau out that red jersey. A lot of people are worried about Thibodeau's health. He's out the red jersey. He's 100% ready to go for training camp.
Hard to play special teams and do it at a high level if you don't love it.
Punt return right here, punt return. Back tip, here we go. Vertical sack, get punch, get your punch, get depth. As they transition, we gotta keep our eyes down, right? Eyes go transition from high to low, and I gotta stay arm's length away, right? Keep our pad level down, running in transitions. There we go. Good, Justin, right? This is great work in tempo. We gotta make sure the fundamentals and the techniques are there. Shuffle your feet, stay low, step to contact, right? We're stepping to contact and finish it. Slide your feet, shuffle, finish, next level. Keep working, good. Good hands, good. Don't let him stack you, Micah, right? Don't let him stack you.
It's good to see that all our coaches are actually coaching and know what the heck they're talking about. It's good to see that, man. But this guy's been here with us 2 stints, so I got a lot of trust in Thomas, and I believe he's going to get the special teams right. Hopefully, our punter can be a whole lot better this year.
Stack you're in bad position. I gotta stick my foot in the ground and work to the next level. I gotta be sprinting to the next level. All right, if it's ever a situation like that, you want to just get every piece of them you can and keep them right in that spot.
Ellison Smith sighting, man. Hopefully he turns out to be a beast as well this year, man. There's been a lot of great things being said about him in the regular mandatory mini camps. If he could turn out to be a beast, and Thibodeau turns out to be a beast, and Ojulari continues to be a beast, man, we got some edge rushers here in New York. Just saying.
Especially his little ass, right? Hey. Man, it's a way to start the day off. It's a way to set the tone. Nice job.
I love offense and defense,
Nice job.
and it's good, but I had a love for special teams. I really did. And it was just a passion of mine from being a long snapper. You get a chance to coach the whole game, the blocking, the tackling, the fundamentals, the techniques, to motivate, get guys to do something they don't want to do and make them love it. Just to be able to have that type of influence and to be able to impact men in a positive way, and just show them that it takes all 3 phases to play as one in order to get to where you want to be, not just offense or not just defense.
Very true. Special teams comes to play a whole lot in the game, whether you want to believe that or not. That punter getting us great field position, putting that team in bad field position. We punt the ball from our 30, but he can get the ball inside the 20. That's a switch of field. That flips the field. If we're on our own 10-yard line, but he can punt that ball and get it down to their 30, that flips the field. Simple things like that. Hey, getting a good kick return, that flips the field. Getting a good punt return, that flips the field. Hitting consistent good field goals. Graham Cano, shout out to you. Always a consistent Pro Bowler in my book. Getting those points, getting those extra points to where you don't lose by 1 point because your kicker missed 2 extra points during the game. See, so special teams comes to play a whole lot. So I agree with Thomas.
Buckets! Walk off. Great coaching.
Great job this spring. Let's make sure we finish the thing strong. Speed on 3. 1, 2, 3.
What it will be like, Big Blue Crew, to be in some of those meetings. I would love to be in some of those team meetings and watching film. And I know it sounds crazy. I know I'm a little, off, but just going into the film room with the guys pointing out certain things and pointing out certain things that we can do against a Tom Brady or a Patrick Mahomes or a Lamar Jackson, being able to point out certain things. Hey, look, he does this on this. Watch out for this. What if we get here and we're able to do this to him right here? Would that be able to stop him from doing this, man? Just going there and watching film and going over the film with these guys. Hey, look, when he drops his left hand, that means they're passing. When he moves his foot back, more than likely it's going to be an off tackle run. Stuff like that. Noticing the small details and things, man. That's what makes great coaches. That what makes great players. That what make great teams. But I would love to be in those meeting rooms, man, for real. And that's the end of Giants Life episode 5, New Era. Glad you guys were able to join with me, get back into the studio and go over that whole Giants Life, man. This is going to be a premiere, so I thank you guys, whoever's still here, still watching. Love breaking down those Giants Life episodes for you. Taj asks for it. What Taj gets, the hardest working man on Twitter. What Taj wants to happen, he gets. So he wanted me to react to this Giants Life episode 5, and I'm glad he did. This was my first time watching it too. I'm glad I can react to it watching with you guys. But it's the end of this episode. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that join button if you want to talk your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk and support the channel and become a member of the Big Blue Crew. Can't wait to get more members to where I can actually do raffles and things like that and give away gifts. I can't wait, man. We're at 1,800 subscribers now. Thank you guys. We're going to get to 2,000 before the regular season. You know how we do over here with the Big Blue Crew. But until the next episode, peace. This has been a Big Blue Crew production.